Hello and welcome back to the Cinema Wave podcast. It is your host today, Vinny Albano. I am joined with my co-host, Mark Jacobino.
Hey, Vinny. What's up, everyone?
Hello. We are talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 3, Episode 7. You know, we come here every Thursday night to talk about the newest episode that arrives to us week by week, Jujutsu Kaisen. Unfortunately, next week, for all our audience watching, Jujutsu Kaisen is on break. So next episode will just be a recap episode. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. So we'll be on break. But let's get right into the meat of this episode. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we're finally entering the Culling Games.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, Mark, lay it on me. What is your initial thoughts of episode 7?
So I think there's a lot of strong moments in this episode. I like the opening a lot with Kenjaku talking to this person in their dream, and they wake up and he takes them outside the barrier. But we also get this little seed that Kenjaku looks at Itadori as his son, because I think we've kind of talked about in the past his technique and how that kind of ties into the flashbacks that we saw earlier in the season with the woman who had the stitches in her head. We know Kenjaku also has the stitches in her head. So there is a relation there. So I like that this episode kind of pushed that forward a bit more. And also, I don't remember who that character is that says he was friends with Yuji. I assume it's someone from season 1 in the beginning. But I really like that sequence. And then the closing sequence of this episode was really well done. It really sets up the show nicely for next week. I think there's a lot of big matchups coming up. We have Hakari going after these names are killing me. Kashimo going after Kashimo, which is cool. And Megumi and Itadori are finally in the Culling Games. Very cool. And I like that it wasn't easy when they got into the Culling Games. They got split up immediately. It wasn't walk through the barrier and you're in. All right, start killing people. I like that there was a little twist to it. I still do think JJK has a very hard time simplifying things and condensing dialogue. I think there's portions of this that are, again, just word salad, just being thrown at you. And they're talking about the rules. They're talking about character motivations. And it's just a lot. And I think it could be delivered a lot cleaner. But I think at this point, I just have to give up, because this has been a criticism of mine and yours to a degree throughout this season. And I don't think it's going to get any better.
Yeah. And I think everything you said is 100% valid. I am very much on the positive for this episode, as I was with the previous 2 episodes, because I love this part of JJK. I think that, again, I've read the manga and I have a lot of criticisms towards the later half. But the opening of the Culling Games has an energy that is unmatched within all of JJK. It's like you said, matchup after matchup after matchup. It's just a lot of really cool stuff going on. A lot of really bad people, which goes well for good people. It's good conflict, right?
Yep.
I agree with you. I love the sequence when they enter the games. I didn't know how they were going to direct that, but again, Gashizana with his direction, it's so cool. Of like the camera, it's like panning, or it's canting while dollying into the barrier, and we see Yuji fall out of the sky. So cool. Like so cool to me. I want to talk to you though about the opening. Because like you said you really enjoyed it. That woman was the very first episode of JJK when Yuji eats the finger.
Okay.
That was his friends from the occult club.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's why they mentioned the occult club. Okay.
Yeah. So that was like the friends in the first episode. And I think also too, I want to clarify some confusion with what you might have, because so first lay it on me of like, so you thought that was interpreted as like, do you think Kenjaku is Yuji's father?
No. I think he has like a father like complex, because his his cursed technique, I guess, in some degree, resulted in Yuji being created or born. So I feel like he has that god complex to a degree. So that's what I interpreted it as, and yeah, I thought it was just cool because they've been kind of hinting at it throughout the season.
Yeah. So would you want me to? Because I don't. I think it's there, and I don't think this is spoilers to say because it's kind of like already given to you. But I don't know if you like connected the dots yet.
Maybe I haven't. If there was more there, maybe I haven't.
Yeah. Do you want me to proceed on that, or should we save that for another day?
Let's save it if it's kind of like a big reveal type moment.
Yeah, not really, to be honest. Because for the manga, the problem is that it's already been revealed.
Huh?
It's already been revealed. Like the information was already given to you.
Okay.
But yeah, Kenjaku, he takes over bodies, and then we saw that Yuji's mom was taking over.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna.
So we're saying Kenjaku, that brain was inside that woman.
Yes.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah,
okay. Got it.
Yeah. So
understood.
There's a whole joke on the internet that Kenjaku.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yep. Yeah. So Kenjaku had sex with Yuji's dad, I think,
and then gave birth. That's a freak, man.
Yeah. So, the whole meme is that Yuji does the black flash, he takes the white flash. So.
Wow.
But anywho, I want to talk about that scene because I really love it. I love the direction. I love the opening of the God's Eye angle of how we go in. There's a complex narrative decision here that to this day, I don't know if I love or hate because I like the idea of Kenjaku being this master planner, like mastermind plan that has been in the process for thousands of years.
Yeah.
He's literally giving birth to children like Choso. He's taking over Noshitori Kamo's body, giving birth to Choso, giving birth to Yuji. Like, he's creating these children. He's master plan, right? But I think also a lot of the appeal of JJK, at least to Yuji as a character in season 1, is that he's just an ordinary person, right? And now you kind of play into the idea that he is the chosen one, right? Or he's a part of like the chosen one type of deal.
Yeah.
And that is where I still don't know how to feel about that personally. Like, because there is appeal to Yuji that Yuji is the ordinary man, right? He doesn't have a curse technique, but he can use his cursed energy like efficiently, and he's an ordinary guy. And that's like the beauty of Yuji is that, again, like you said last episode, he acknowledges that he's a cog in the system, but he's still gonna do what's right. But now this decision narratively kind of pushes the idea that he might be a chosen one of sorts.
Yeah, no.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think that's super fair. I think that this was a result of Gege's influences. I believe he says Bleach is like the biggest influence for this manga, and I don't think you've seen Bleach, but Bleach essentially Ichigo starts out as, normal kid in high school, but as the show goes on, you start to realize that he's not only, a soul reaper, but he's also like and I'm going to murder this because I'm not up on my Bleach canon right now, but he's essentially a mix of all of the like most powerful beings in the Bleach universe. He's like the offspring of that. So I think this is just a result of Gege being inspired by that and being like, I want my main character to kind of be like that. Yeah. And it was pretty much confirmed, in Shibuya. Like, in Shibuya, we kind of found out, he is not part cursed, but like Choso, he is more than a human, because of those home videos that they showed after the fight, which were so cool. Yeah. So, I do agree with you. It would have been more interesting to go down the whole of him being a normal person, but they kind of chose to go a little more tropey with it, which works for people and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, and for our audience, I don't hate it. Like, I really, it's just like, I'm very neutral about it. I just like still don't know how to feel. I'm just here. I guess the better way to put it into words was
I am very curious in the alternate reality where Yuji doesn't have any connection
Yeah.
to Kenjaku, right? Like I'm interested in the alternate reality where this story takes a different direction.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's talk about the fight. The helicopter
The hair
fight.
Hair fight.
It was really cool. I really don't have much else to say except for that the animation is going crazy. Like insane camera movements, insane just everything. And we have to say that every week. It's just so beautifully directed and storyboarded. What was your thoughts with the helicopter fight?
Yeah, it was cool. I think they're really good mappa at having fights through buildings, on the side of buildings. They did it in Shibuya, they did it in the Chainsaw Man movie, they're doing it here. They're just really good about going interior to exterior fluidly and making the fights interesting because there's different elevations. It's not just straight up one room fight. And I think the color palette again is great. You know, the beginning of this episode is super dark. You know, the reds, the blacks, the blues are the biggest pieces of the frames, and then you get into these scenes where it's very, you know, bright and it feels like a beautiful summer day, and they kind of juxtaposition to like the main piece of the story. And that's always refreshing when you get those kind of changes in pace. So yeah, and then yeah, he just punches this poor guy right in the top of the head and then kicks him in the balls. It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, Yuji, my guy, bro. I love that guy. Yeah, really offhandedly, I want to just give a shout out to, again, my guy, Hakari, and Kirara, because when I was watching this episode, and I felt this way I didn't mention it last episode, but I love the way they're animating Hakari and Kirara as a couple. Like, it's so positive. It's very cute. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very cute. I love, like, the facial expressions they give Kirara. That scene where, like, Hakari's thinking to himself, like, oh, wait, he's the head of the Zenin clan. Maybe I could coerce him, you know, or get him on my side in some way. And you see, like, Kirara's, like, derpy face in the corner. Yeah. I really love that.
I wasn't expecting Hakari to be that silly, you know. Yeah. I actually was a bit surprised by that, but I think it works for his character. It was funny to see him scheming, and he's gonna be fighting Kashimo. That's crazy, you know. Yes, we're already throwing him way into the deep end. This dude's like running a fight club, and then they're like, "Hey, you gotta fight this sorcerer from 300 years ago that wants to fight Sukuna. Can you do that for us?" And he's like, yeah, I just want to change the regulations. It's like, damn, that's a high price to pay, but I'm excited for that fight.
Yeah, that's why I mess with him. He stands 10 toes down, you know, like.
So what does he want to do with the regulations? Like, what is he trying to change again? Like, he wants to make his fight club like legal or like recognized, something along those lines?
Yeah, so as a whole, he wants to get rid of, like, philosophically, he wants to get rid of the whole conservatism in the Jujutsu Society, as they have persecuted him and Kirara, both. You know, he's a suspended 3rd year, same with Kirara. And he wants to get rid of that and establish more of, like, the Gojo progressive mindset. But he himself he wants to establish, like, hey, people know now after Shibuya that curses and sorcerers exist. Not a secret anymore. We could do things about this. We could, like, make profit off of it. We could do some, like, cool stuff here. Yeah, so he wants to legalize you know, the sorcery as like a
sport.
As a sport.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What else happened?
Yeah, sorry, I just blanked. What was I gonna say?
You're good.
I wanted to talk about the ending.
Yeah.
So Higuruma, we said off camera, he's a fan favorite. I'm very excited for you to see him because he's super cool. But the direction of this scene where they're both giving different information to Megumi and Yuji, it's so well directed. Like, the shot of the two-way street, one being red, one being green, and then the split screen, and they both say something different. Give me your thoughts, because it's so cool. It's so cool.
I thought that was a great show don't tell way of presenting the story, of showing these two characters that you don't immediately trust. Megumi and Itadori are approached by these two, and something's off about them, but you don't know what.
Yeah.
One's playing dumb. The woman is playing dumb with Megumi. She's like, "Oh, you need to be my knight, but I'll show you, whatever." And then the other guy comes to Itadori as a friend. "Oh, we went to middle school together or elementary school together." And they both start leading him on, and we keep getting these cuts to this splitting street, and you're like, okay, what could that mean? And then the camera, I think it starts moving where the one character is going left, so the camera shoots him going left, and then the other character is on the right, and they shoot her right, and it's showing the same side of a coin, and then it ends with the literal split down the middle, and it makes me kind of think that they're like the same person or like a split of something, to a degree. And I don't know if that's their curse technique. They literally exist as two different beings or something along those lines, or maybe they're two different people, but that's what I interpreted based on the direction, just because they kept showing it. And then, them answering at the same exact time makes me think they're kind of sharing the same brain, So it's cool. And I don't know if they're henchmen of this new character and that's why they're giving them different information, or if they're just out for themselves. I don't know, but it's cool. And it has me asking questions, and I'm upset that we have to take a break next week and I have to wait 2 weeks for the follow-up.
I'm very curious why they're doing it. I don't know if it's like a holiday thing or a studio thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I know Solo Leveling got a lot of hate during season 1 when they did that. But yeah, I really don't have much else to talk about for this episode. I think we covered all the big bases. The fight is just so cool to me, and I think the last thing I'll say is, one, shout out to all the animators. I tried to pull up key animators as I do, but a lot of what I wanted to talk about hasn't been confirmed yet, so it's been a lot of just artist unknown. So I did not pull up anything specific for today, but the animators this episode are just killing it every fight. The direction is so cool. Gashizano. And the last thing I'll say is you were talking about the Kashimo Hakari fight, which will happen. It's not a spoiler. It's not like they're not going to pull the rug out from underneath you either. Like, it's a fight that will happen in the manga. It's one of my favorite fights. So I just hope they really pull through, because they've been pulling through. But I want them to really give the attention that fight deserves.
They have, for all the criticisms I have of the season, they have not skimped on animation once at any point. So I have no doubt that the animation will be amazing for all the fights that are being set up right now. Really excited for it. I think the only thing I want to talk about with you, just because of all the information that we get dumped on us in this episode. So just so we're clear on the understanding, Megumi and Itadori, their goal is to pay the 100 points to make sure that Megumi's sister gets out of the Culling Games, because she's been marked, right, by Kenjaku.
Yes,
So they're looking for other people to get those points, or to barter with those people that have earned 100 points, because they don't want to kill anyone. So they're like, who can we barter with to get 100 points? It's either Kashimo, who has already killed 40 people, so probably going to have to fight that guy, or the other guy, because they think that he has 100 points and that they can convince him to help them. And then the other piece of the puzzle is Angel, because they can open the prison realm, because they can get rid of all cursed techniques or powers or whatever. So that was everything that I think was presented in this episode. Was there any other big information that was given in this episode about the Culling Games?
Just that they which goes to your point, they want to add a rule themselves, because once you get a certain amount of points, you can make a new rule. They want to make a rule that you can transfer points.
Right. What was the rule? If you don't use cursed power for like 19 days, it drains and then you die or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember it word for word on the top of my head, but yeah, that's like the gist of it.
Okay. All right, got it. All right. I think that's everything. I'm also very interested as to why Kenjaku cleared out the area where he opened the where he sealed and made the barrier, because you know, he's not a good guy. So why is he saving all these people? Why is he getting them outside the barrier? Like, why wouldn't he just leave them there? But I know we talked earlier about like raising the energy, the cursed energy of the entire country. So maybe he doesn't want them all dying because then all that cursed energy goes away. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery still behind Kenjaku.
Yeah.
I think it's really that he only cares about like cursed users and cursed sorcerers, cursed users and curses and just cursed energy in general.
Yeah.
And like normal, like the normies, they can't do that. So, but then again, like it is a valid point to bring up because we see him in season 1 just straight up fucking with Jogo. They were just burning like that. They were sitting in the diner and they were like, "Oh, you want to see that woman go on fire?"
Yeah.
Like so it is a little weird now that he's becoming. I'm curious. Also, I don't know. I've also haven't read the manga in 2 years. I don't know if I'm missing something or forgetting something, but
yeah. I mean, he looks at humans as like monkeys and like subhuman. He looks at humans as subhuman.
Yeah.
So it's interesting why he would have empathy for them in this case to not just leave them to be slaughtered in the crossfire of all these huge curse battles. So I'm sure there is an explanation, but I thought it was an interesting seed if they're planting it in this episode with that. Also just want to give a shout out to the music. The music has been amazing this season, and in the first portion of this episode and then the last portion, the operatic choir makes it feel so epic and grand and also haunting. I've been really liking the music this season, aside from the the Western music from Perfect Preparation.
No, I agree with you. That's really it for me.
Yeah, we'll see everyone in 2 weeks.
All right. So I guess we'll see you guys not on next Thursday, but Thursday after that. If you guys did enjoy our review, remember to like and subscribe. We are here week by week covering this. We also have so much other coverage of other TV shows. We're doing a review on Fallout Season 2 coming out. We're doing all the other TV shows. If you're watching it, we're probably reviewing it. It's on the channel. Also, Oscar season's coming up. We did a Oscar preview of our predictions and whatnot. And then when the Oscars come out, we're going to do a full-on wrap-up. So subscribe. Keep in mind, let us know your thoughts of the episode down below. We like to have a discussion in the comment section, so please do so. Also, if you like our content here, we have similar content on our other social medias, which are also down below in the description and probably right below me in the lower third right here. So it has been I, Vinny Albano.
And I've been Mark Jacobino.
And we'll see you guys next time.
This is the culture.